What is up? What is up, yeah, family? Thank y'all so much for joining us again. I am your host, Mr. 14.
I'm your girl, Stephanie Sorrell.
And this
is the media. Live and in action, y'all. Laughter is good for the soul, okay? Laugh with us 1 minute.
Yeah, please laugh at us because I am dying today.
We thank you all for joining us today because you guys could have been anywhere else, but you chose to meet up with us at the meetup.
So thank y'all. First, I want to get into one thing, which was my backyard comedy show last week.
It was popping. That joke was why are we laughing so much?
It was a great show. It was fun.
It was your birthday too, man.
Yeah, it was packed. Like, this was the best turnout I've ever had at any of my shows.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent performance. I think I'm not going to shit on any of my past performances, but this was a great lineup. Everything flowed well.
It flowed. That was it.
Different genders, different races. Everything just meshed well together, and it was a good show. Cops tried to shut it down, and
everybody got scared. Seen the cops coming. It was a good show, man.
They let us go. I mean, they seen that we weren't doing anything wrong. They came, they saw.
We had a cookout.
That's it. We had a cookout. It was a good time. It was a great time. So thank you to everybody that came through. Thank you to everybody that supported that. We greatly appreciate it. We're going to be doing it again. Right now, I'm looking at July 24th. I'm going to put that date out there now. July 24th, more than likely, will be the next show. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going to have a great lineup for that as well.
Make sure y'all get y'all tickets when he put it up there. Them tickets go fast, y'all. They go real fast.
How'd you enjoy the show?
Man, it was amazing. Just the atmosphere. Like, I see the growth from when you started to now. It was just so relaxing. I mean, I believe everybody can vouch for that. It was very relaxing, man. Let's give Mr. 14 a clap for putting it all together, y'all. He did an amazing job. It was his birthday. He still put the stuff together, y'all. We had a little nice little VIP section.
VIP was
I see the VIP.
Y'all give me a little cake. Y'all, you put all that shit together. Give me a little cake.
Yo, let me apologize in front of everybody. We lit the candles too early, y'all. We lit the candles like way too early. By the time we got there, it was a whole different cake. We had a whole artistry around the edges of the cake, but we thought about you. We wanted to surprise you. Man.
It went down just well. You can eat wax. They ate it. We ate it. Ain't nobody died.
Some of the people was, I was like, you want a piece of cake? They was like, no, Corona.
Yo, I had to blow. They put 41 candles on the cake, and I had to blow on the cake. And I forgot that it was still COVID. I ain't got COVID or nothing, but as soon as my breath came out, COVID. I was like, oh.
You worried about COVID on a piece of cake, but you in a backyard with 100+ people.
Turned up, too. It was a great time. Man.
It was amazing. I loved it, man. So what about this event, y'all? I am going to be hosting, doing a little bit of hosting, not the whole event, just a little bit of hosting, and I'm going to be performing at the Peace Festival 2021 at Reservoir Park. That is on June 27th. It is from 12 to 6 p.m., y'all. So I want to see all of you guys there.
Yes, please definitely pop out.
I'm going to be performing, y'all. This is a rare occurrence. I don't perform, y'all. I don't perform, but I'm honored to be invited.
You say you don't perform, but you are like the light of the show. I'm just here. I just be here. But you light up the show. Like, you do. People come to watch you. Every time somebody bump into me, be like, yo, Sorrell, they don't ever say nothing about me. They be like, look, Sorrell, though,
we are a duo, dynamic duo.
But keep doing what you do. Please keep shining your light on everybody because they need to see this shit. So
absolutely. Please keep doing what you're doing, too.
Oh, yeah, I mean, no stopping now. I ain't got no choice. Kids got to eat.
All the way up.
Eat. And speaking of eating, we got Juneteenth. We got a few things happening next. We got a few people in the city that's going to be eating next week. And speaking of Juneteenth and everything that's going on, we got
a lot of stuff going on.
Everything going on from tea parties, the comedy shows. There's
Poetry in the Park.
Poetry in the Park. There's a few things that we have going on that are going to be just in the community. It's not going to be a one-day event. It's going to be an event.
The week of Juneteenth. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to put a slideshow up there to show a few of our events that are happening in our town. Tea party.
Yeah, all these are going to be happening next
week.
That should be interesting. Sure if you see anything on Facebook, please click on it. Make sure that you pop out and have a great time. All the events are going to be family friendly with the exception of the comedy show. I advise you not to bring the children to that at all. But everything else definitely will be family friendly. So please make sure you pop out. Everything is going to be Right there, the address is Locatory 3rd and Verbeck, held along that block and in that area. So please make sure that you pop out, click on anything that you see throughout this week. Make sure that you are learning a little bit about Juneteenth and celebrating what we got going on.
Yeah, Juneteenth. I can't wait to get into that conversation.
Now, one thing about Juneteenth, I learned about it back in the day, and I didn't even know, which was funny, because it was known as Jubilee Day. I was like, yeah, you probably been to Jubilee Day cookouts back in the day, and you probably didn't even know. I remember that back in the day, just going to those things, and seeing what was going on in the community, and I didn't know it was Juneteenth, but I was being educated before I knew I was being educated, if that makes any sense. So I'm definitely excited to have that conversation.
Yeah, because I didn't know that.
Now,
I feel bad.
There was also a rap battle this week. I think we're going to get into that a little bit later.
Okay, I did see that.
Nah.
Why the face?
Why the face?
Big shout out to Tope and Christopher Ravenel, Thelonious, who put
Big shout out
together.
Big shout out. But let me tell you something. Oh, we're going to get Pete. No, Pete going to talk about this. When Amos and DJ come up, Pete going to have something to say, because I saw something that.
Yeah, I never saw nothing. To me, that was historical. Because out of all the rap battles I ever watched,
we'll get into it. We'll get into that, bro.
Yeah.
Let's say that. Let's say that. If they see what happened like this before, bro, it was great. Like, me being as a fan and just watching it again from Thelonious, he had his little live going. So I could hear better than the crowd could hear. So I heard some things drop. Okay. And we'll get into that. But
I don't know the story, y'all. I'm right here in the middle. I don't know what's going on. Okay.
We're gonna talk about that. But we got coming up first
our product of the week, y'all. Let me see. We got Wiz Cosmetics, y'all. Right at the bottom of the screen. The owner is Rochelle Sheree, and Wiz Cosmetics stands for What I Slay. I remember she went by What I Slay, and now it's called Wiz Cosmetics.
I like that.
For today's product promotion, we have what she calls Orange You Sweet. Ain't that a cute name? Orange You Sweet. Does it like oranges? Yes. Orange You Sweet XOXO is our product promotion for today. It is a lightweight hair, skin, and nails oil with a sweet, refreshing orange peel scent that smells amazing. She says it is great for a beard oil or skin moisturizer. It is handmade and vegan friendly, y'all. Wiz Cosmetics. Now, I know we have her cosmetics as the product promotion, but I know she also does makeup too, which is Wiz Artistry. So you guys, her information is on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you guys check her out if you need your makeup done. The products that she have are vegan friendly, and this one smells amazing. Smells just like orange peel, y'all. So if you love that, you'll love this.
So what we'll put that in the giveaway for today.
All right.
And it's
keyword Juneteenth.
Juneteenth is the keyword.
Perfect.
Type Juneteenth into our message board or our inbox, whatever you call it. Type that into there. We'll put you on the wheel of blessings.
Yes.
And we will spin it. And this is for a product for males and females. So if your nails are brittle, you need some good nails. This joint is popping too.
Back to the beard oils. You got some. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but fellas, you can use it's vegan friendly, so it should be good.
We're gonna put you on the wheel of blessings. We're gonna spin the wheel. The first 10 people that go on the wheel, we're gonna give y'all the prize.
Yes, Wiz Cosmetics. Give it up for Wiz Cosmetics as our product of the week. Thank you so much, Rochelle.
We'll get into our first guest. You want to introduce our first guest?
Our first guest is a lovely individual. Her name is April V. Ash. She is the owner of Unbottled Expressions. Her mission statement is to know thyself is to love thyself.
Ooh.
Welcome, y'all, April V. Ash of Unbottled Expressions.
Hi, hey you guys. How you doing?
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today on this Sunday?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
No, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us.
We are honored to have you here with us.
Now, for those that don't know you, just give us a little brief summary about yourself.
Well, I'm a native of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I started Unbottled Expressions in 2018. And it started really about 7 years ago, where I couldn't taste, smell, or even like feel my joints. My joints were so tight, and I did go.
It wasn't COVID then, or was it? It wasn't COVID then, right?
It wasn't COVID
Okay.
then. It wasn't.
To make sure.
Okay. And it was so weird because I went to all the doctors, like the ears, nose, and throat doctor, and they were like, we have no idea what's going on. And they kept trying to put me on medicines and it didn't work. So I got around a bunch of friends that started doing holistic living, and they introduced me to what I call this game changer, turmeric. If you don't know about the spice of turmeric, get you some, look it up, Google it. That really helped me. And because of that, it then helped me introduce what the scrubs actually help with, which is the tension in my muscles, and then just to help me relax and become one with myself. And so that's how Unbottled Expressions actually started.
Cool.
Yeah. Now you said holistic living. Tell us, what are some emotional benefits of living that holistic lifestyle?
Well, it's authenticity. That's where it starts. Being able to be self-aware of who you are as an individual, and then being able to hone in on your strengths. And when you understand your strengths and you understand, we all have limitations, and it happens, but understanding that gives you more of a control of how you respond then to life and how things come in your way.
Respond. That was good.
Because that means a lot. Sometimes your response controls everything.
Situation.
Yeah,
how the situation plays out. So it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now you've teamed up with Dauphin County on a nonprofit summer enrichment venture.
Yeah.
I don't even want to try to explain anything about it. I will leave you the floor and let you go on that.
So let me see. A few months back, during COVID, actually, I started to really do some shadow work. I started to do some therapy. I went into understanding who I was. I even took some personal development classes at my job, and that actually afforded me the ability to be able to become a personal it's a personal professional development trainer. And I do that for the House of Representatives. And I've been doing that. I've been with them for about 11 and a half years now. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
So
because of that, I've been afforded the opportunity to learn about who I was. And when I learned like personality sciences, I don't know if you guys have ever taken like the Myers-Briggs tests or something like that. And they show you your strengths. And even strength finders, you can Google that. It shows you really where you can develop your skills, whether it be social skills, your relationship management skills, or your self-awareness. And because of that, that has really helped me to excel, not only in my job, but then also with my friendships and my relationships with others. I wanted to bring that to children because I figured if we as individuals can bring those types of social skills and personality sciences to the kids, I mean, y'all think about it. They're going to be the ones taking care of us. And we want to make sure that we equip them with the skill sets that they need in order to succeed. So I got with Dauphin County. I was afforded that opportunity. And through my nonprofit, Unbottled Intrinsic Wellness, we're able to bring yoga. We're able to bring meditation classes along with personality sciences as well, like the art of communication and the art of aggression versus assertion.
That is amazing. That was a game changer. When you said bring it to the children, I was getting ready to shout out. Now that's the game changer right there. When you empower the children, because they are our future. They're the ones that's going to carry the baton on. That's very important. You spoke about shadow work. Many don't know what shadow work is. It ties into holistic. So can you explain just a little bit about shadow work? What is shadow work?
Your ego. The shadow is the ego side of self that it's actually the part of us that talks. It's the part of us that talks in the back of our head that tells us, you know what, we should be petty, or we should do this, or we should do that. We should protect ourselves. Your shadow is your protector. And so being able to uncover that shadow work, you're able to then unbottle your true expressions.
Okay, come on.
And so we do that, and that's really where Unbottled Expressions came from. It's about being able to be honest about where you are and how you feel, and not being ashamed of it. I mean, everybody's not going to be on 10 every day, and we have to be able to acknowledge that and honor ourselves to be able to work through those things. And so that's where Unbottled Intrinsic Wellness comes in, with those classes of being able to teach the kids how to navigate through those emotions.
That's amazing.
Wow, that explained a lot.
A lot. That was a lot.
Explained a lot.
I'm
No,
sorry,
that was awesome.
I'm sorry.
No,
No,
that was
that's fine.
perfect. Now, before we let you go, you mentioned one thing about yoga and things like that. How is it getting people of color to come in and experience those things? How has that been for you?
You know what? You'd be surprised how many people of our community actually want to learn about yoga. The beautiful part about that is when I was introduced to that, and I got my 200-hour certification through Yoga Renew, and that actually opens me up to ancient Kemet yoga, and that which is called Raja Yoga. And I've been able to be afforded that opportunity to bring that to the community. You'd be surprised how many people actually want to learn. They're like, I want to learn how to really connect and stretch my body to, its max. And that comes with time and things of that sort. But we do offer those free classes on Saturday at 10 a.m. Down at the riverfront by the Rose Garden.
I'm gonna make it. Well, I'm coming. Before we let you go,
It'd be lovely to have you.
So before we let you go, tell us just a little bit about your products that you offer.
Yeah, what kind of products do you offer?
So we offer a plethora of products, but some of the things that we do offer is our Yanni soap. This helps with women. I understand, and it's getting summertime. We want to make sure we so fresh and so clean. So this not only helps with our libido, but it also helps balance our pH balances within our vagina. So this is very good for cleansing. It is vegan friendly as well, and this is also all organic products that are used in this. So you got a little bit of herbs, you got some rose petals up in there, we use some jojoba oils up in there. So and then we also have I also offer a variety of scrubs, like scrubs for your muscles, scrubs for if you want to go to sleep. But we also offer a foot detox. And of course, y'all, them big toes is coming out in the summer. And we want to make sure them bottom foots is looking nice. And
come on.
Yes, so we use our Rose Detox, and that really helps with detoxing your body because, of course, in reflexology, all your organs and your nerves run to our feet. So we got to make sure we take care of our feet. So that foot detox will really get you together.
Well, thank you so much for bringing that to us and letting us know a little bit about your products, letting us know a lot about Unbottled Expressions. And we have your information running at the bottom of the screen. So anybody that's interested in any of the products, any of the information that April dropped, please make sure y'all hit her up. Make sure y'all hit up the information at the bottom of the screen. And we will be bringing you back in a few minutes here for a great discussion about Juneteenth. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now I can vouch for that scrub. That scrub, when I say the skin.
The foot scrub?
No, the scrub, the body scrub. She didn't introduce the body scrub. She has a body scrub. My feet cool. My feet's fine.
The foot scrub?
But the body scrub. What you trying to say? My feet be hard? How you know if my feet's hard?
I don't know. I can see.
Anyway, I can vouch for the scrub, the body scrub, y'all. The body scrub makes your body feel. So I can just imagine what the feet scrub would do. Because we know the bottom of the feet, mostly for men too. Your feet be crusty and busty at the bottom. But the body scrub is just it makes your body feel so So I can vouch, y'all. Unbottled Expressions. I'll vouch for her. You guys go check her out and check out all the products that she has to offer.
Yeah,
Mr. 1-4 looks disturbed, y'all.
Yeah, I'm talking about my crusty and busty feet, although they're not. However, we're going to bring up a man that is always on his feet, so we don't know what his feet look like. But he's always on them. He's always on them. He's always working.
He might be the perfect candidate.
DJ B-Time. Hey, Mr. DJ, what's good with you, my boy?
Oh, man, it's had a busy week, as usual, weekend, as usual. First, we're gonna get right into it. Right into it. Of course, I was the DJ for the battle presented by Tope and Mr. Thelonious. Great job, you guys. Want to shout them out real quick. It was against Shane Vesey and the young boy P. Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember P. Sparks when he was a kid, like a little dude. I know his uncle. Me and his uncle was real tight. Now, his uncle, you might not know him, but when we was in school, he used to rap. So I know his uncle put that in him.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Now, to the battle, I never seen nothing like that before, ever. I watched a whole bunch of battles, Smack TV, URL, all that. And for the young man to just, like, he left.
He walked off.
He didn't walk off. He left.
He left the building.
Yeah, he like left. Like, yeah.
Well,
that was weird.
Now,
we don't have this. Why did he walk off? Do we know why?
I don't know. I don't care. But this is what I saw. And this is what everybody else saw that was there. Boy laid some fire down. He name dropped someone in his life. I'm not going to get into too many specifics. But he name dropped. And when he did that, it went bananas. It went bananas.
I mean, that's what battle rap is.
Right.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I'm
is.
saying it is. It 100% is. I agree with that. But when he dropped that, you seen his energy just go.
I don't know, because I didn't see. I mean, that's part of battle rap. When you battle rap, you get into the details. You talk about your mom if she got anything.
But how'd you feel about what you saw?
Me personally, I felt as though he shouldn't have handled it that way. Because even if you're going to take the L,
whatever it is,
take it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just like throw in the towel, like, not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It wouldn't. I would have just had. I would have took the beating if that's what it was, but I wouldn't have just forfeited like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. See where I totally
agree. I don't think it was. I think it was something else. I need to hear his side of the story.
Yeah, definitely.
Spotlight.
Yeah,
Spotlight.
Beezy, hit us. Let us know what you want.
Yeah, Beezy. You know what I mean? People want answers.
So since we got to that, you got a song of the week for us?
I definitely do. This joint is called "Get Money." It's by F Dash and Baby Fam. I believe Baby Fam is out of Jersey, but F Dash is from here. So shout out to him. It's called "Get Money." F Dash and Baby Fam, y'all.
Get money.
Anything called Get Money, always.
Anything Get Money.
Berkshire era.
I get money, ain't nobody trying to listen up. I get money, want this motherfucking mission up. I get money, he else steady chasing this different, though I'm different. What the fuck you think I'm trying to
Find F Dash on Facebook, and you can also find Baby Fam on Facebook as well. That joint is called Get Money, F Dash Baby Fam. Do remember, I'm at S Club every Tuesday, 10 to Tuesday, right here in Harrisburg, and also keep your ears open and eyes open for everything going on this week in the city for Juneteenth. All right?
DJ P time.
Big shout out to DJ P time. Big shout out to F Dash and Baby Fame that came through to the comedy show. I think they bought like 10 tickets. They bought like 10 tickets. Took up like the whole two front rows. So
that was the one with the cheers.
Yeah,
they solidified their little spot.
Right. Them Jones came through early. Big shout out to them. But
we about to get to this second guest, man.
There you go.
Second guest, man. I don't even know how to introduce this super producer, engineer, Mr. Benny Mac Sauce Beats. He got so many names, but Mac Sauce Beats, y'all. He has worked with people in the industry. He has produced, engineered. We're gonna let him talk about it. Welcome, Mac Sauce Beats, y'all. Yo.
It's good.
He comes on the scene already boss like. He comes on the scene.
So yeah,
right. Like
What is it?
I'm on the way back from Atlanta. I'm on the, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. Happy belated birthday.
Hey, you too, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Gemini season. You know. Yeah, but yeah, man, how y'all doing, man? My name is Max Sauce Beats. That's what I go by now. You know what I mean? I changed up the name a couple times. I used to go by Vinny Mac, Prince of the Tracks, all that. You know what I mean? I'm Max Sauce Beats now. I got my business Sauce to Go. It's a mobile. I got a whole, like it is, a mobile studio. I pack up my computer, pack up speakers, microphone. You know what I mean? I even pack up. I got a whole mobile vocal isolation booth that I build. You know what I mean? In your crib or in your wherever I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So that's really starting to like get real big. You know what I mean? That's why I be down here in Atlanta. That's why I be in Philly and anywhere else. I be traveling pretty much soon to be the whole nation. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that been supporting me for that.
That's a game changer.
Now, what even made your mind get into a mobile studio? What made you see a lane for that?
All right. Well, okay. So truth be told, I did this a long time ago. Of course, it wasn't on this level. You know what I mean? But I used to like just the passion of me just moving around. I don't know. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't sit in one spot. You know what I mean? And then like the place that I was at per se, it wasn't always the best place to be at. You know what I'm saying? Or do it at. So I started it back then. And then I started it lately a year and a half ago because of COVID. You know, some of you, a lot of y'all may know, you know, I mean, I work for Pro Sounds, down at Pro Sounds, and
shout out Pro
when
Sounds.
shout out to Pro Sounds. So, so when COVID hit and everything, and we had to like, you know, I mean, lock everything down, you know, everybody started hitting me up like, yo, man, like, I need to get some work done. I need to get, you know what I mean, when are y'all opening back up? Da-da-da-da. And I always have my own equipment and my own setup at my crib. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to invite people in my house. You know what I mean? I got kids, I got a family and all that. So I was like, damn, like I'm down to really put myself at risk at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to put my family at risk. So I was like, you know what? You know what I mean? And then my idea started going like, I might just start doing the mobile thing again. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's revamped. I'm way better than I was 5-10 years ago when I was doing it. You know what I mean? So now it's like on a super duper professional level. And like I said, it turned out to be bigger than I ever thought it was going to be.
That's what's up, man. That, like I said before, man, that's a game changer, especially right now during whatever's going on out here with the corona. That's a game changer.
It definitely is.
Right.
So,
right.
How did you even get into making beats and engineering? I know you do music too yourself, don't you? You do music, don't you? Tell us a little bit how you get into that. How did you start?
So okay, so it started. I'm primarily a producer and an engineer. You know what I mean? But so yeah, so I'm pretty much a producer and an engineer first. So
He driving through the mountains. He driving through the mountains.
Rap, that sang, that did all kinds of stuff.
Now you broke up a little bit. You good though? You good?
What was that?
You broke up for 1 second.
Oh, okay, bet. But yeah, so it started off. All right, bet. So yeah, so it started off with me doing beats on the table, on the lunch table and all that. I had friends that rap, sang, you know what I mean, all type of stuff. So I started off making beats on the table and everybody was bopping to my beats. And then it was like, yo, like I really like going to the studio recording. Like, do you make real beats? So I was like, damn, nah, like I ain't never tried that yet. You know what I mean? So like I had some homies like shout out to my homie Epic G's, man. He like gave me my first copy of MTV Music Generator. Oh, he had 2 copies. He had a copy on his computer and he had a copy for the PlayStation. He gave me his PlayStation copy. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, you can rock out with this drawing. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm on my PlayStation making beats. And like I said, since it's a PlayStation, you can't burn no disc or, you know what I mean? You can't do nothing like that. So I had to take my little clacker Nextel John and record a voice memo after I made a beat from my TV, you know what I mean? And then I took it to the high and would let everybody listen to my beats that I would make on my PlayStation and be like, yo, these is cold, but how can I get these on CD? You know what I'm saying? So one of my homies, Muhammad Diallo, shout out to him, man, he gave me my first copy of FL Studio for the computer. And he was like, yo, man, like this is the real deal right here, man. You can make some real beats with this. And then when you're done with it, you could bounce it down MP3, you can put it on a disc, you can give it to niggas to take to the studio. I was like, bet, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I just ran with that drum.
That's what's up, man.
That's super dope. Now, are there any projects or any ventures that you have coming up that you want to let people know about?
Oh, most definitely. So Master P, shout out to Master P, man. I got
Make them sing.
I got a project that I'm working on with him. It's actually not going to be coming out until 2023. It's a movie called God Is Real. And I'm working on like a lot of audio for that. I'm working on the soundtrack for that as we speak. They send me a lot of work to mix and master and producing to do and stuff like that. So, I've just been working on that. I'm working with artists down here in Atlanta. Shout out to my guy B, Wolfpack. Like we putting in work. Shout out to Dark Low. We working on a project in Philly. I'm just out here working, man. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to everybody. Carisha the Diva, she down here, she's a journalist. You know what I'm saying? I work, that's the thing. I don't only work with like industry artists and everything too. Like I work with like independent artists as well too. You know what I'm saying? So, like I'm not booty with it.
Right.
All right, man.
Oh, was I breaking up?
No, you good.
Good. If you had to give advice to even upcoming producers or upcoming artists, what would your advice be for them?
Oh man, I could go super into that. So, so my first advice, my first piece of advice for any producer or artist or whatever like that. This is gonna sound harsh, but make up your mind. And when I say that, I say that because I feel like there's a lot of, like I said, artists, producers, musicians, whatever, that don't know for real if they want to do this for a living or just as a passion, as a hobby. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make up your mind if you're willing to do the things that it takes to do this as a career. You know what I mean? So, because if not, then you're going to be confused as far as like how you're going to move or what you're really trying to get out of it. You know what I mean? So really know what you want from your music, or really what you know what I mean, what it means to you first. And then once you get that, so like I said, of course, then I split it up and I'll say, okay, if it's just a hobby for you, make music and love it. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about validation. Don't worry about clout. Don't worry, you know what I'm saying? Just make the music that you love to make for you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do this as make a living out of music and a career out of this, there's certain things you have to do. You have to run this like a business. Now you have to start, because now you're trying to make money from this. You know what I'm saying? When there's money involved, there's business. There's things that customer service, you have to network, you have to promote, market, you know what I'm saying? Like it's way more than just being talented as a musician or artist or a producer at that point. There's things and steps that you have to take seriously, very seriously, in order for your business or your brand to grow as a, like I said, musician or artist.
Right now, those two pieces of advice are excellent. So for anything else, for anybody watching, I need y'all to hit him up directly and pay this man for the advice. Ain't gonna give it all the way for free. So we appreciate it. We're gonna bring you back in a few minutes here for a great conversation about
Juneteenth. Before you leave, can you just tell us one artist you want to work with in the future and one producer you want to work with, and then we'll let you go.
One artist, one producer. Woo! Oh man!
30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right, one artist, one producer. Definitely Lil Baby, man. That's like our artist right now. Either Lil Baby or Jonah Lucas. I'll say that. Producer wise, I always wanted to work with Timbaland. As far as that's like one of my all-time favorites. As far as a new producer, man, my boy Nick Mayer or 808 Mafia, it's a lot. Travis Scott.
Timberland, you heard it today. You heard it today. He wants to work with you. Little Baby, you heard it today. Here on the Meet Up Talk Show, Vinnie Mac is looking to work with you.
They know what it is, man.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Mac Sauce Beats.
So, we've been, since back in the day. Mac Sauce Beats. We thank you for being here. All the information, all the nuggets you have been dropping today. We are honored to have you. We're going to bring you back in just a few for our group discussion.
And that is, we're going to get into our producer. Then we're going to eat some food after that. Shit.
Yes. I'm sorry. I said Vinnie Mac. It's just, we've been connected from the back end.
I get it. That's what we go by.
I feel like
people with their name.
I feel like he was calling me out. Make up your mind. I'm like, oh shoot. Should I make? But then he brought it back. It was like, well, if you just want to make music, that you feel, I was like, okay, there I go. I feel a little better for that because he been recording me since I was making my little spontaneous music that I've been making, because I don't consider myself an artist because I'm not dedicated like a lot of artists out here. You know what I mean? I'm not doing all the stuff that he was talking about, but I make music when I feel like it. Like just to the music that makes me feel good, like he was speaking about. And he's been one of the ones that has been recording me since back in Pro Sound. So man, he dropped a lot of nuggets.
That's what's up. He brought something back to me as well about being in school and how he started beating on. That's how I got into it. And everybody, when I started taking DJing more seriously, he was like, "You want to make beats?" I tried to make beats once in like '94, and I'm like, "Nah, this ain't my thing." So I just stuck with DJing. But I think that's how a lot of producers start out. You know, beating on tables or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And even artists too. Them artists that be rapping to your beats. That's how I started too. I used to rap in the back of McDonald's. I used to work at McDonald's. Shout out to Donja. Donja, you know the story, girl. We used to rap all the time back at McDonald's. But yeah, that's how we started. But what we got coming up next? Our
Producers Corner, our beautiful producer, Mr. Vaughn. Talk to these people. What's happening?
Hey.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
We doing good.
We doing good.
I'm doing excellent.
Great. Well, the theme of the show today is Juneteenth. You can see we're all kind of rocking. You didn't notice we have this similar trend thread throughout the show. We're no Sorrell's rocking her beautiful natural. Her
You
rap.
just put the titties on?
Well, maybe it'll work. Make a fire husband.
We're gonna see if we can get through one show without Thomas mentioning Timmy. Probably not, but anyway. So on Juneteenth, you know, we're rocking the red, the black, and the green. So we're gonna do just a little bit of history about Juneteenth. And explain really the meaning of where it comes from. So Juneteenth is I'm going to say is this country's true Independence Day, right? So July 4th is Independence Day. That's a day that this country claimed, you know, independence from Britain. However, I'm not really sure that you can have independence in a country when not all of its citizens are free.
Absolutely.
Right.
So if you are not aware, it was about almost another 100 years before enslaved people in this country were actually granted the right to freedom. So in 1862, Abraham Lincoln, he was president at the time. He was elected in 1860. He proposed the Emancipation Proclamation, which he gave the slave states. There were 11 slave states, and gave them until January 1st to midnight of 1863 to actually free slaves that they had remaining in those states. So that, if y'all don't know, that's actually where the term watch night comes from. So watch night services came from the slaves who waited till the stroke of midnight, January 1st of 1863, because they were free. Now, I'm sure you all know, those Confederate states who were not all that willing to give up the slaves that they had. So those 11 slave states proposed they formed the Confederacy. And their goal was to basically succeed from the Union of the United States, and they wanted to maintain their slaves. So it wasn't until 1865 that the last slaves were actually proclaimed free by executive decree. So it was actually June 19th of 1865 in Galveston Bay, Texas. There were 250,000 Union soldiers that showed up and freed the remaining slaves in the country. So what led up to all of this in 1865, remember the Civil War raged on for years after the Emancipation Proclamation was actually signed. April 9th of 1865, General Lee actually surrendered finally to the Union. He surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant, who was the general of the Union Army. April 15th, only 60 days later, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. So Abraham Lincoln's assassination is what ultimately culminated the 13th Amendment, which freed the slaves by executive decree. So it was federally mandated. The states had to individually, however, ratify the 13th Amendment. So the 13th Amendment was what actually said federally that there is no place for enslaved people.
13th Amendment says a lot. People don't know a lot about
the 13th Amendment says a whole lot.
A whole lot.
But there's another thing y'all don't know about the 13th Amendment. Do you know when the last state actually ratified the 13th Amendment? Mississippi. And Mississippi did not ratify.
When was this? Tell them when it was.
Until 2012.
2012?
So in 2012, in the state of Mississippi, 2012, it was technically still legal to own people.
From 1865?
Do you know? Hold on.
Yeah.
They just never got around to it. Do you know what actually reminded them that they should? You know what reminded them that they should actually make this a formal law?
What?
The movie Lincoln, that was released in 2012. What you said? Yeah.
What?
So, and it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
We forgot about that.
There's a lot about it. So the 13th Amendment.
There's actually a documentary on Netflix.
Ava DuVernay actually made a documentary. It's literally called 13. It's called 13 on
I gotta
Netflix.
write that down.
And it talks about the 13th Amendment, where the 13th Amendment actually did free the slaves, right? Free slaves. However, the 13th Amendment has so many other things that are ingrained in it
That we still follow.
that we still deal with today. So the 13th Amendment actually just basically strung forth the Reconstructive era, which then brought us to Jim Crow and
Yes.
segregation. The 13th Amendment also creates from the privatized prison system,
Mhm.
which, you know, disproportionately impacts people of color, Black people specifically. It targeted them. That was the whole point of it. So, you know, Juneteenth is, we celebrate it. You talked about it. It's known as Jubilee Day. It's also been known in the past as Emancipation Day for
Yes.
Black people as we celebrate it. So just don't forget. I mean, yes, we've made tremendous strides since then. But you know, we all just celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Black Wall Street was destroyed by an act of racism. I mean, and these people, they openly tore through a town of people and murdered over 900 people with no recourse, no remorse.
Just 100 years ago.
Just 100 years
Just
ago.
just 100 years.
So
ago,
we
yes.
have made tremendous strides and we celebrate Juneteenth, but I just think when we celebrate it this year, let's just not forget the tremendous work that we still have to do. And the importance of us. One thing that happened and what they were able to do back in that time is that they unified,
Yes.
right?
You said
I see
it.
a time of unity coming
unified.
now. I see a time of unity.
So let's keep moving it forward. And we've got a lot of work to do in this community. We have a lot of work to do in Harrisburg. We have a lot of work to do in surrounding communities. You know, in York County has seen the highest rate of homicides and shootings. There was a shooting just a couple days ago where 2 people were shot. You know what I mean? So, and it just seems to be happening every day. So if nothing comes from this, guys, please remember, we can do a lot when we work together. We still have a ton of work to do. So if anything, when this Juneteenth comes forward, let's truly celebrate each other, the advancements that we made, but remember how far we have to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So that was not me being preachy. That's just, you know, that's just putting it out there.
This is Cola for today.
Remember what we got to do and let's keep moving forward. All right. As always, I love these beautiful Black people that I'm here with. I love y'all.
We love
And,
you.
but let's get to some happy stuff. Let's taste this cake. Go on out. Y'all enjoy. All right.
No further ado, let's go moving on to our next segment, which is Taste It Live. Woo! I am excited about this one. Who we got today, Mr.
We got,
14?
Mr. David Armechi.
Yes.
Find him on Facebook under David Armechi.
Yep.
He has what? Cakes, pastries, snacks.
We're actually going to run
Deliciousness.
a segment for him right
Yeah,
now. You can
run
check
that.
him out.
Let me grab these plates for everybody.
Look at it, y'all.
Shit's talking about here. Pizza.
Look at that cake. That's what we got today.
My bad, bro.
That's funny.
Look at this, y'all.
I said, that's funny because this is the piece that I wanted.
Yes, David Armechi can be
That would
found
get right
on
into
Facebook. Today we have, I believe it was the Strawberry Crunch.
I don't know what it is, but it better be
Strawberry Crunch Pound Cake by David Armechi, y'all. I'm ready to get into it. Let's see. Let's get into it. I need some on the top.
good. This is delicious.
Mmm.
This tastes
The
like angel.
flavor.
This tastes like angel sweat. This is good.
I need some milk. I thought this was
Some
with
milk
milk.
cookies. Oh, good, David. I'm trying to
David,
get my mouth full, sir.
when they say put your foot in it, you absolutely put your foot,
He
your
put feet in it.
legs,
He
your
put
whole
feet.
body into this.
Hope he put his whole body up so he could have went to his knees down. It's definitely up to the knees.
He said just at the knees, don't go no
It's up to
further.
the knees good.
And we shout out David because he made the cupcakes for Mr. 14's
Yes.
40th redo birthday.
Thank you.
They were on the
They were
slideshow.
amazing. They were amazing.
They were amazing as well. Everybody ate them who didn't worry about Corona.
Cause I ain't got corona. I blew up all that, John.
Worried about the cupcakes. And you sitting in a daggone 100 other people. And you worry about somebody blowing out a candle. But this is amazing. Make sure you information is right here on the bottom. Facebook page. What?
They told me I can't eat after tasting live no more.
So he took a
So I ate the whole thing.
The information can be found right at the bottom of the screen, y'all. David Armechi, that's spelled Armechi. Check out his page. He has all types of stuff. He makes cakes, cupcakes, strawberries, chocolate covered strawberries. Check him out, y'all. And I guarantee you won't be disappointed. So thank you so much, David.
That says enough.
Let me get one more bite. Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
They told me, he said, stop eating after the taste of life because you were talking to the guests and still eating.
No, but see,
I smashed that, John. That was really good.
That's funny because ever since we started, every Taste It Live, you don't just take one bite and taste it.
He eats the whole rest of the show.
Remember the first that dessert the young lady sent us?
Creative Edibles.
Oh man, he over there rubbing his chest.
Pizza was like, "Can you save me a piece?" I ain't gonna taste it live.
Right.
He demolished it, man. We're gonna move right into this panel discussion, y'all. We're gonna bring both of our guests back, Mr. Max Sauce Beats. I got it right that time. Max Sauce Beats and Miss April and Expressions. Thank you for coming back, guys.
You know,
Like cake.
Make sure you get some cake from David Armechi, okay? It is amazing.
Yeah, I need
So
some
I was
birthday
over
cake.
there thinking to myself, shoot, I want some of that too. Y'all over there got it looking nice over there.
It's my
Man,
birthday.
Word. Say the word. We got you. We got you. We got you.
We're gonna get a cake from David.
Let's start with Max Sauce Beats, bro. What does Juneteenth mean to you?
Honestly, it means a lot to me. I was thinking about this the whole show, right? Because to tell you the truth, Juneteenth was something that was brought up, or it wasn't really discussed about like in my childhood like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's actually something that I learned like more as my own, you know what I mean? Like I did my own research. That was something that I had to do my own research and kind of like learn more deep about, you know what I'm saying? So it means a lot to me because I feel like we do need to talk about it more and our children do need to learn more about what the truth of it is and things like that. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the topics that I feel, like I said, like I kind of got not robbed from, but just, you know, like I said, I had to like do my own research on later on. And I'm just like, damn, how come I never knew about this? Or how come it was never, like I said, it would be things that, like you said, like Jubilee Day and stuff like that in school that like they would like brush by it, you know what I'm saying? But like it was never really too serious, not in the area that I was at least, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. Once again, shout out to Master P. I'm so glad that I'm able to work with him and stuff like that because I feel like he really does a lot for the Black community as far as like Black entrepreneurship and just trying to get back us and what we, you know what I'm saying, just ownership and things like that. So, you know, in today's world, it's definitely a necessity, and we definitely need to be more aware of exactly what that is.
Absolutely. And April, what do you have to say? How important is it to you?
You know, I have to agree with my brother Mac on that when it comes to Juneteenth. Like I didn't know about it until I was in my adult age. And even then I was kind of like very shocked about it. But at the same time, after doing my research, it gave me a sense of pride. It gave me a sense of understanding and wanting to express, you know, who I am in that beautiful natural Black state and not taking away from our struggles, but celebrating, you know, the fact that we have pushed through and made it through. We've made a lot of great strides over the years, even with our legislation, like we're doing declaring racism as a public health crisis. That is something that is necessary when it comes to celebrating Juneteenth, celebrating who we are, because we're looking into, you know, those underserved communities that need the resources and help. So when it comes to Juneteenth, it's about pride and it's about celebration of us and unity.
Absolutely.
Now, how do you think now for the 4th of July? I don't know what they do. I don't celebrate it. I call it National Cookout Day. But what do you think we can do? Like, what do you think we can do to commemorate and honor our ancestors for everything they've been through and the correct way to celebrate Juneteenth? Either one of you guys have the floor first, either.
Is there 3 lanes?
I feel like we're all right. So to celebrate, you know what I like? I like the way that pop-up shops and things like that can come about. You know what I mean? Because once again, that you know, like just screams Black entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? A lot of these pop-up shops and everything like that, there's a lot of Black entrepreneurs, a lot of Black businesses. And like I said, I love seeing it. I love seeing, you know, my people, strive and come up and figure out, ways to make a living for themselves and, and help others and, all of this stuff. So I think that maybe something in that kind of lane, like where we just all get together and just show off our businesses or what we own, like, like that type of mentality or that type of setting, I think would be really good for, the whole holiday, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'll also venture to say, like, getting together and having conversations about educating one another about Juneteenth and then incorporating that into our everyday living. Like, even on Juneteenth, they'll be having Afro Beats and Eats, which is brought on by Ashia J. And that has to do with moving our body and getting healthy, and it helps to stimulate, and it also brings about Black businesses as well, because she has, like brother talked about, the pop-up shops and stuff. So just supporting one another and really having the conversations around Juneteenth and what we can do in order to move forward in that economic development, as Mac talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a pop-up shop at Italian White yesterday, and I was able to take the kids, and being able to go up there and just see all the Black vendors and having my kids see it, it's just inspiring to them to be the next Black entrepreneurs. So absolutely, I definitely agree.
That's a good thing to do. Spend our money in the Black community on Juneteenth. Yeah, why don't we save up our money like we do for Christmas and spend it on Juneteenth back into our community? I think that would be something that we can do. That's very important. Now, do you guys feel like we have gained our true independence? If not, what are some advancements we can make individually besides the things that you named already as a collective? What can we do as a collective?
That's a good question. Well, I'll come from a holistic perspective until Matt comes back on. But from a holistic perspective, I think we need to learn our history. I think we need to, that's important. I think we need to educate our children on our history and who we really are and celebrate that. Like I keep going back to that celebration, but really taking care of ourselves is important for us to really appreciate, those celebratory moments of entrepreneurship and being taking pride in our business and how we carry ourselves. So I would say those things truly.
And Max Sauce Beats, if you didn't hear the question, it was, have we gained true independence? If not, what are some things we can do as a collective to better, move in that direction?
Okay, yeah. I cut out earlier, my bad. But yeah, I don't think we gained true independence. Not yet. It's definitely getting better. What we could do to really fix that or make it better. I like what Ms. Siobhan said about the prison systems and the 13th Amendment, because that's something that's very true. We got to get more Blacks into the I would say the government and the judicial systems and stuff like that, and just in more powerful positions in this life, doctors and we just need to really just take a handle on the things that banks and stuff like that. We need an all Black bank, you know what I mean? Like once we start really taking care of all this type of stuff and really just tackling it, like it's gonna get better and better, and we're gonna really gain that independence that we deserve, you know what I mean?
That last part that you said, that we deserve, we definitely deserve.
Absolutely.
We influence a lot in this country that we don't get credit for. Everyone loves our culture, everyone loves us, but we don't get the credit for what we do until years later, an apology given to us for appropriating something that we do, or just not acknowledging our accomplishments.
Or even a formal apology.
Right.
Siobhan just said off camera, just a formal apology for slavery.
Right.
Sometimes an apology goes a lot further away than people give it credit for. And just acknowledging it. I'm not looking for an apology. I'm just looking for acknowledgement that it existed. White people were so afraid to It's
But
I
still
think that
that.
we have though.
Absolutely.
April, what did you say?
I think the thing of it is as African Americans, Black people, however you know, because we both go by different titles, but however you identify yourself, I think as a community, we have to be able to sometimes accept that we're not going to get that, and we have to be willing to say, okay, even if we don't, that's not going to stop us. And I think that's the kind of attitude that we're moving into. I think we're going in that type of attitude, like we're still going to move forward together. We're going to stand strong. And like Brother Max said, we got to get our leaders to stand up in those leadership positions. And we got to get people to be able to bring our money and our resources together. And that means we might have to sacrifice some, but it's worth it if we want the community to build.
I think it's worth the sacrifice if we want it, if we really want it. Like I have a new tattoo that says chase the dream, not the fame. I think there's a lot of people that want the fame, but it's about what you're dreaming about. What do you want to get there? It's not about recognition. I think a lot of people want that opposed to wanting to see the whole picture come together.
I think what April said is there. Go ahead, Max Sauce.
All right, so that made me think of something. I seen this meme, right, or this quote, and it said, a man that plants a seed, knowing that he may never sit under the tree's shadows, starts to have an understanding of what life is all about, and it makes me think, like because that's the way that we have to at least think. We have to think beyond ourselves, beyond our reach. If we really want to make a change, we got to think about our kids, about our grandkids, about, you know what I mean? We got to think about how we're going to change life for them. You know what I'm saying? And when we start thinking it like that, then like I said, the picture gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we can start making bigger moves. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us, I feel like right now we like if the vision isn't too, broad, we're not going to be able to do anything like that on a large level. You know what I mean? Like we have to be able to think like that all the time. Like, okay, like right now it's like this, you know what I'm saying? But how can we change this for those to come and for, you know what I'm saying, for the future? You know what I'm saying?
That I couldn't
You
say
said
it
it. You said it. I was just
couldn't say it any better at all.
You said it better, because I was just going to touch on what April said. It's very important that we understand we might not get the apology. So don't get stuck at waiting for the apology. How do we move forward without the apology? Because that's even in your personal journey. When you heal yourself, if you're waiting for somebody to apologize from you, you're never going to move, because they may not ever apologize. So how can we move without the apology? Even though we know it's not saying that what they're doing is wrong, what they have done is wrong. It's how can we move? How can we make progress? Because we have future generations that we need to touch and that we need to build for. So I thought that was very important for us to know.
We thank y'all both for joining us today. Let's give it up again for Miss April Ash and Mr. Max Sauce Beats.
We got it this time.
That was a great conversation today. And before we get out of here, there's a few things I want to represent that we haven't talked about in a while. Let's give it up for Art Can, for providing us with all the art that we have in our background.
Thank you so much, Art Can.
Art Can is huge in the community. They represent some of our culture popping out. A big shout out to Genius Threads, Mr. Gusto. Hold on. I let them say it. I call him Justice. His mama don't call him Justice, but I call him Justice. But
Gusto.
Big shout out to Mr. Darius Davis. We know why. Big shout out to everybody in the community that's doing something big right now. For big shout out to everybody Black, period. Just give a shout out to Black people.
Big shout out to y'all for tuning in every other Sunday with us.
Big shout out to Blue Tide. Big shout out to Dave for the food. Big shout out. What else? What else I missed? We got to give it up to Dr. Erica Pittman. I'm gonna let you talk a little bit about that while we get the Wheel of Blessings ready. Yes, I'm gonna let you talk about it because my brain don't work that way.
We had Dr. Erica on time and time. I had the privilege of sitting down with her. She's a fellow classmate of ours, and she's a mental health professional. She's a PhD. She's a licensed clinician, and she asked us to provide some additional updates and resources for the viewership. you know anybody who's struggling with any type of, just wanting to find a therapist, they want to find a network of people, Black therapists. She's working on a venture with a fellow therapist in the area, and they have a website. It's Black Therapists of Central Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a network of persons of color, Black therapists that you can reach out to if you're looking for a therapist, you want to find somebody to talk to. Also, if you just need some resources that are available for the community, mental health resources for drug and alcohol support and prevention.
Mm-hmm.
All you can see, you can find everything right here at this link. So she's updated it and put some really special threads on there for folks. So please, if you're having any struggles, any issues, concerns, questions, if you know somebody that's struggling, if you're worried about a family member or a loved one, you can get to this website. You can actually find a network of Black clinicians and therapists in the area that should be able to treat you and help you out, or to refer you to somebody close by you that may be able to do so. And there are also some additional resources available at that link for you to try. So please reach out. If you've got questions, you're not sure how to get to her, you want to talk to Dr. Erica specifically, you can also find her on Facebook. You can reach out to the meetup. Thomas and I and Sorrel and Pita can direct you accordingly. But again, as we talked about several times, take care of you, get the help that you need. You can't take care of anybody else if you don't take care of yourself. So specifically, Black women, Black men, we are the backbones of this community, backbones of life, the families. So take care of yourself so that you can continue to take care of everybody else.
And that's why I told you to say it, because it wouldn't have came out of my mouth that way at all. I said, look, it sits up at this Joan here. But we thank y'all all for tuning in. Before we get out of here, we're gonna bring up the Wheel of Blessings. We're gonna see who gets the product of the week. What is it? What's the
Wiz Cosmetics Orange You Sweet. Like orange is sweet, but it's orange because the orange peel smell. Orange is sweet oil, which can be used for skincare or beard oil.
Skin, beard, and then I read nails on there too.
And nails.
So use it for all that. Spin it.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Oh,
and today's winner is I can't see it, but it says Jenny Ben 10. Nope. Spin it again. It ain't come out right. It was weird. Good. I gotta get this straight. It's supposed to be straight too.
Oh, it's to the side.
There we go. Ellie Rodriguez. I don't know Ellie Rodriguez, but thank you so much for tuning in, Ellie Rodriguez. You got Ellie tunes in. Ellie tunes in. We thank you so much for tuning in, Ellie. And you know what? We're gonna figure out a way to get you something else with this, Ellie. We're gonna throw something else in there. We got something else that we can throw in there for you, Ellie. We greatly appreciate you tuning in. But you do win. What is it called? Tell me about it, Sorrel.
Aren't You Sweet? XOXO by Wiz Cosmetics. Owner Rochelle Shure.
Thank you, Ellie, again for tuning in. We appreciate all of our viewers, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Just remember, the change starts with you.
Not your mom.
What?
Not your mom.
This is the meetup, live and in action.
You can get a piece of that cake.
Cut it.
You want a piece of that cake?
Show over.